So this is my school technology survey, and I surveyed and interviewed Miss Benson from Leffler Middle School. So the questions I asked were basically what types of technology does her students use on a daily basis? What are some effective ways to integrate technology in the classroom without her students getting distracted or off task? I asked her if she thinks keyboarding or technology class would be a part of a regular day/curriculum in coming years. I asked her if smartboards were a waste of time as far as do they even use them in the classroom anymore, and she in fact told me they don't. Now they have Apple TVs in every classroom. So I asked her if whiteboards allow for more control and keeping kids on task, and which way is more effective learning method for students. How much can we limit students on the computer to steer them away from negative images of information on the internet was a big topic that she was very passionate about. And I also asked her if the school is going to incorporate more personal technology into the classroom, such as students being able to bring in their own devices. And I asked her if she's confident in teaching technology uses and skills to her students. So the technology used by students every day are Chromebooks, and the 7th and 8th graders, or excuse me, the 6th and 7th graders get them, and they check them out and they use them for the whole year. And this means they get to take them home or wherever else they're going. Um, so the media center also has extras, and so that's what the eighth graders use, or they use the desktop computers. But the websites aren't particularly blocked very well, so kids are really given a free for all for what they are allowed to use on the internet. But they should be using Google Classroom for almost all of their classes and assignments and notes. Apple TVs have replaced the smartboards in the classrooms, which Miss Benson likes because they're good to connect with each computer. However, they lose that resource in learning. And cell phones are not allowed, as well as other technology devices such as tablets or laptops. So she uses the whiteboard mostly for notes and information throughout the week, such as the schedule or updates on homework. And then for the Apple TV, she uses to display her notes for the lesson of the day or the subject she's teaching. They still have the projectors, but there's no longer the actual smartboard with the pens to use for that resource. So as far as curriculum, if technology will be available in that, specific class in coming years, she thinks that keyboarding in classes on how to use the Google Classroom would definitely be helpful, especially for 5th graders coming into the school and using these Chromebooks. And she thinks it would improve technology skills without losing handwriting and speech, because those are also important. But it would be good to learn typing and writing techniques and skills such as Word on the Chromebook. She also doesn't like how the firewalls and blocking are so loose. So kids can get distracted very easily with games or social media because those websites are not blocked. And then as far as suggestions that we talked about, she really feels confident in teaching technology, especially with the technology she uses every day. And she does feel like it helps students learn better, but she wishes the Chromebooks could be available for every student, such as like 8th graders. So I just, gave her some suggestions about maybe she could use other apps such as Prezi or Kahoot or like story making apps in the classroom because she's an English teacher, so that kids with Chromebooks can use those, but maybe, she gets it to be allowed for 8th graders to pull out their phone to do the quiz, and like with Kahoot and just things like that she can use those apps so that 8th graders can definitely participate without, you know, breaking the rules and allowing them to bring in their own devices.